Monday Night Raw, man! What a show this was! Absolute dog shit as per usual, but I've got to try and at least be half excited, or I'll probably fall asleep doing this review. So Monday Night Raw, man! Whoa, 1 o'clock to 4 a.m. man! 3 hours, the best 3 hours of your life. That is, of course, if you're a sad fuck when exactly nothing going on. Then this, even then, this wouldn't be the best 3 hours of your life. This is, I'd rather drink bleach for 3 hours straight, just fucking shots of bleach, than watch this. Or maybe instead of drinking the bleach, we could put the bleach in our eyes and we wouldn't have to see this garbage. But unfortunately, guys, I am watching it. I'm giving it a chance, at least until WrestleMania. As soon as WrestleMania comes, unless this show has magically changed into something good, then it's au revoir. It's bye bye, salut, you name it. I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm quicker. I'm out of here quicker than I don't know. Fucking the ratings. The ratings are gone. The ratings are dead, and that's where I'll be. I'll be dead. We start off the show with Adam Pearce. He calls out Shane McMahon, and Shane McMahon comes out, and straight away, I'm invested in the TV. I'm paying attention because it's Shane O'Mac. It's a McMahon. I care. I care about Shane. You know, I want to see if Shane's got anything interesting to do. I'm thinking Shane McMahon's coming out. Something big must be happening. Instead, Shane McMahon turns around and says him and Adam Pearce were talking about Elimination Chamber. He said it was Adam Pearce's idea, and then he lets Adam Pearce announce the chamber match with Drew defending his title against Sheamus, Orton, Jeff Hardy, Miz, and AJ Styles. And then that's it. Shane says you're doing a great job, even though Adam Pearce is not doing a great job. Adam Pearce is doing the worst job imaginable, easily the worst. I don't know what his title is, GM, WWE official, authority figure, fucking pain in the ass, whatever he is, right? The bum that just wears a suit and it gets you zero interest in the show, whatever you want to call him. Scrap bloody daddy, right? This guy is not good. He's not doing a good job. He is by far the worst GM we've ever seen, and we've had Tiffany on ECW in 2010. So for me to say that, that's I mean, it's pretty bad that I would consider this guy the worst GM. But he is the worst GM. Why he's there, I don't really know. And Shane just leaves. Shane leaves. Just turns up to basically stand next to Adam Pearce, hold his hand while he makes a chamber announcement. Then he leaves. Awful. I mean, you get Shane McMahon, you thought something good was going to happen, and nothing happens. He leaves. Dreadful. We then had AJ versus Jeff Hardy in a long match. AJ's current gimmick is atrocious, and Jeff Hardy has not won a match in about 10 years. So obviously AJ was going to win. He does win, even though he kind of botched his calf killer maneuver. Pish. We moved on to one of the worst promos I've ever seen, undoubtedly. Maybe the worst promo. That Matt Riddle was involved, but he is not the reason it was bad. The reason it was bad was Keith Fat Bastard Lee cut the most monotone promo I have ever heard. This guy, the tone of this guy's voice, the decibels of this guy's voice, nothing changed, man. It was just the exact same bloody volume of voice throughout the. Maybe it's time for a new US champion challenger. I can beat Bobby Lashley and I can beat you. So along those lines, absolutely fucking awful. Meanwhile, Matt Riddle's talking about dogs and throwing at basketball hoops and watching movies, and Keith Lee's just boring the shit out of us. I don't know what people see in Keith Lee. For a big fat guy, he can move. He can move pretty well for a big fat guy, but I mean, is that it? Is that all you need to be in wrestling now? Or you're a big guy that can move around the ring. You're pretty agile. That makes you good. I mean, the guy doesn't look like a star. Now, speaking of stars, they had a match later on tonight, but we'll just cover it now. Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and I'll be honest, don't like Matt Riddle. Fucking hate Keith Lee. It was a pretty good match. It was alright. Matt Riddle hit Keith Lee with everything. Keith Lee still won. But then the real star, the guy that actually looks like a star, the guy that should be getting pushed to that main event championship level, Bobby Lashley comes out, absolutely destroys the both of them, and looks like a fucking star, looks like a machine, looks like the black Brock Lesnar that everybody compares him to. But now he is legit performing and destroying people like Brock Lesnar, and with MVP as his manager, could do the talking for him. Let's be honest, the Brock Lesnar Paul Heyman combination hasn't been good for years. This MVP Bobby Lashley combination would be far superior. I don't know if it would beat it at its peak, but at the moment it would definitely be better, and they need to go with that. If they're going to if they're going to have Keith Lee win the US belt, which I have a feeling they might, then I'm okay for that as long as Bobby Lashley's going to go on and win the world title, because this guy is a fucking beast and MVP is great on the mic. So I mean, why not? It's written there. It's a no-brainer, but will they do that? Fuck, probably not. Up next, we had. Bear with me, guys. The show was pretty forgetful. Nothing really memorable. Yeah, with the New Day versus Retribution. Ali says that he's surprised WWE give him a live mic, and I'm surprised as well because, I mean, this is not the guy I would give a live mic to unless your plan is to bore the audience to sleep. Then, by fair dues, give them all the mics that you've got, mic up every mic in the arena, turn up full volume, and give them all to Mustafa Ali. But if you actually want to get viewers and to have a good show, then yeah, probably best off to keep the mics away from Ali. He says during the match that the New Day have had their championships and now it's time people like him got a chance to have title runs. I mean, come on. When's wrestling ever been about that? They're just breaking kayfabe right there. You know what I mean? Wrestling's about winning championship and he's actually talking about people who've been given pushes. See during Austin's fucking run, Austin had the belt the majority of the time because Austin was the star, Austin was the draw, he was the man. Same with Hogan, same with Cena. I mean, it's not like, oh, you know what, Cena, you've had your title run for 9 months, so Charlie has it. It's your turn to have a 9 month title reign. Fuck that. You know what I mean? It's the best people should be having the title, and Ali is not the best people. He is not anywhere close to being one of the best, and he should never get his hands on a championship unless it's like some shite championship like the 205 Live or the 24/7, some irrelevant title that nobody cares about. After this, we had Ric Flair come out with Lacey Evans. He walked down the ramp looking old as fuck. Moved down about 1 mile per hour. Hopefully, he was trying a new strut or something, or he was doing that on purpose. Because if this is really how slow Ric Flair moves, it's sad. I mean, he cut a promo, and you can see there's like glimpses of the Nature Boy in there, but I've got to be honest. At the moment, I look at Ric Flair, and it's just an old man. Unfortunately, he is. He's just an old man trying to live trying to live the glory days. And obviously, he is Ric Flair, so he's going to have something left in the tank. But it's just not the same. It's just not the same, and unfortunately, yeah. When I see Ric Flair, I don't think, oh, there's the man, there's Ric Flair, there's the fucking living legend. I think, fuck, there's the old guy that is nowhere near as good as he used to be. It's sad, but it is what it is. Lacey Evans beat Charlotte by a DQ, and Lacey Evans will now challenge Asuka for the title at WrestleMania. There was a backstage skit with Bianca Belair and Asuka. Asuka's congratulated her for winning the Rumble, but says she's not ready for Asuka. Belair says that she's ready for Asuka, but Lacey Evans isn't. Asuka's jumping around like an absolute idiot. As a performer, I don't mind Asuka. I think she's alright. But this whole run at the moment is absolutely awful. To be fair, since she was given the belt, when Becky forfeited the championship, she's been terrible since, and it was such an awful way just to be handed the belt. I mean, I'm just not enjoying Asuka at the moment. Not that I've ever really enjoyed her, but to me, she's probably one of the better women on the roster, and at the moment, she's not really doing that. Up next with an Edge promo, and Edge showed why he's the man. Edge showed why he won the Rumble. Edge showed why he's a fucking legend, why he's a Hall of Famer, and all these other guys ain't. The Miz, who I consider to be pretty good on the mic, he looked like a kid here compared to Edge. Night and day, night and day. Edge told Miz is content in being awesome, and Edge says he was awesome over 20 years ago, and that's it. Edge needs to win the title, and you look at Edge can cut a promo, and these guys will never learn. I mean, as much as the sad thing is, Edge made the Miz look horrible here, yet the Miz would make fucking 95% of the roster look like shit on the mic. So, that just tells you everything you need to know. After this, with Priest versus Garza. Garza, I thought we haven't seen the guy in about a year. I mean, I'm surprised he's not been on the side of milk cartons, but now he's back and we're supposed to care about him. I don't care about him, never cared about him back then. I don't care about him now. He lost to Priest, who cares? Whoop de doo. We then had, I've already spoke about Matt Riddle. Keith Lee, it was alright. After that, we had Lana versus Nia Jax, and probably the funniest moment of the night. Nia Jax misses a leg drop and shouts, "Ah, my hole!" She hurt her hole, hurt her big fucking fat ass. Look at the size of it. You could hardly miss that ass, could you? So it's no surprise she hurt it, although it's that fucking fat, you'd think there'd be a bit of cushion there, a bit of padding, but obviously not. Hit it on the edge of the ring apron, and then Lana puts her through a table to win a tables match after them ribbing Lana for weeks and putting her through tables. She actually wins a table match. Mental. And then I think there was a Naomi match. Didn't watch it, didn't care about it. Then in the main event, it was Orton versus McIntyre, a match that we've seen far too much. I mean, I don't mind when it's a match that's been overdone, when it's a match that I care about. Like Edge versus Orton's great. I don't really want to see Edge versus Orton anymore, but if they give us it, then fair play. It's Edge and Orton. I don't want to see Edge and Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre at the moment is killing me. I don't want the guy. I mean, he's the worst guy in this chamber match. He's awful. I hope he loses the belt. And the last thing I want to see is another Drew McIntyre Randy Orton match. Sheamus comes out, Bro kicks Randy Orton by accident, then Randy Orton takes out Drew, and then Raw just goes off the air like that. So, I mean, pretty lackluster finish. I mean, the Edge stuff was great. Bobby Lashley came out and looked like an absolute monster. There was glimpses of old Ric Flair in there, but it just couldn't quite cut it. And I guess the Matt Riddle Keith Lee match was alright, but overall, man, not a good show. I'll give it a 2 out of 10, and I think that's me being a wee bit generous. So, guys, let us know what you thought down below in the comments, and give us a wee like and subscription. And until Friday night, hopefully WWE's cancelled so I don't have to watch SmackDown. But if it's still going, I'll be here, guys, at about 3 a.m. having to review this crap. But anyway, till next time, peace.